So I'm running this moving average histogram system that I made, so it's visually dramatic. This is the 1 minute chart. So the white line is the closing prices, which I'm using a 1 period moving average to create that. And inside the indicators look like this. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 period moving average. And this is a smooth Hakanashi. But I like paint bars from, if you ever use paint bars inside a trade station, this is my replication of that. And you would have bought right here. This is a 1 minute chart, so you have to pull the trigger there and buy. You're only going to buy if it's yellow. You only sell if it's blue. The rules are, I just watched another ICT video where he's describing what he thinks is some magical trading concept where the spread here is set at 1.2. So, he says dumb shit like, okay, well, you get a higher high here, and, and then you put your stop here, and you sell here, see? This is where you sell. Dude, if you do not take profits on this trade, by the way, they might just keep going up. Did it ever occur to this bone fuckhead that market could keep moving? So to train yourself, if you run this in the background, get a computer, buy a $200 laptop with a 13-inch screen and have it play the market. And just constantly, just let it go. And when you look over, imagine the market's open. What would you do? There's a nice sell there. Based on ICT concepts, dude, you got to be able to trade this stuff. Like, see this big deep pullback? For me, this is the 1 minute chart. It's an uptrend, buy only, buy only. Okay, when it goes blue here, if you sell here, you got to take profits because you're coming back into this hole. Now, this is a 1 minute chart somewhere in time. Just keep playing the market over and over again because every time it goes up, unless you're some special person, if it's going up, you're like, if you're in it, you're like, yes. If you're not in it, you're like, oh, I knew it was going up. Where should I get in? Like, so if you do the only buy pullbacks on the 1 minute chart in the yellow cloud, there's your entry. There was an entry here and it failed. Here's your entry. This is a better pullback, but this is where you buy. This is the 1 minute chart somewhere in time. I think this is Asia session. This thing starts right on the beginning, I think. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm wrong. It's coming up on 1600 hours. I'm in the fastest playback mode. Oh wait, I'm not. So let me speed it up because we're running a lot of math on here to create this 5-period histogram. But this is a rule-based system. This is trend trading. When it turns this color, only be long. Only take longs. Only take pullbacks into the yellow. Only take sells into the blue. This is the simple. Here's where the robot gets confused because it's the color changed, but But what if you're range trading this? Imagine you're range trading it. You don't care, right? If you sell because it's high and you buy because it's low, you don't really care about this algorithm, this moving average, this momentum system, this momentum trading, because your entries designed around a setup where the price comes back in, the retracement, the 618, the fucking whatever, this magical harmonic pullback. It doesn't matter. This 1 minute chart. So all this chop here is where a robot would get destroyed. People say, does it work on every time frame? No, because look at this. The spread is fucking 1.2 here. Like, are you making any money? You got to overcome this and commissions. Not at this broker. Apparently, if you go to Cedar FX, you can probably trade it if you wait for the spread to tighten. There is no commissions. And I guess I plant a tree every time it gets stopped out. But there's a bunch of incentives now, right? Plant a tree for if you blow up your account. Look at that breakout. Beautiful. So You could also do a strategy here called the Breakout Strategy on the 1 minute chart. Oh yeah, I give a course. I mentor people on that on the weekends. You put a buy stop here, put a sell stop here. Just wait, see? Just wait. Look, they filled me long now that you're going to have to overpay a little bit. So don't you want to buy here on dips? Buy. Buy on dips. Just pull a trigger. Now, execution is the hardest part of trading, but if you have a trigger ready to pull from your tablet or from your, you really can't do scripts on an Android, unfortunately. You have to have a Windows tablet. Look at this beautiful pullback. Or you could double-click, launch double-click buy limits. They just came down and filled you at a better price than you could have got if you babysat and pulled the trigger like a sniper. So if you're going to put a clusterfuck of buy limits in here like this, you're waiting for the plungeola. Right? Look at this beautiful 618 pullback. I told you it works. Look at that. Look at that. Now they're filling my limits. Oh, beautiful. Look where I can take profits on this one. The let the market come to you theory. Let the market prove you right. You think this is support? You think they're going to blow this out? Yes. So I put buy limits down here, and I go, okay. Now, according to, you should have been short from here. You should put sell limits up here, and you could rest assured that as soon as it turned blue, you're in before all these people. ICT is such a fucking rehashing bullshit setups and then claiming he has some inside knowledge. If you notice, everything he says is based around the stop hunt. He must have got stopped out. So he must have bought here and put a stop down here, and he's like, you know what? I'll put a stop down here. Well, God, the smart money, the market makers they're gonna take it down. They're gonna stop you out, and then they're gonna rip it up. See, they're gonna come after you. See, you can't be safe enough. You just can't be safe enough. I mean, it's psychological. Trading's psychological because does it matter if you put a sell limit up here and you get filled, and you're like, oh, dude, I just made it to here. Like, I just come back to the tops become bottoms. Here's where the buyers are. Oh, they're going to revisit the doji. Really? This happens fucking over and over and fucking over again. Okay? What are you doing about it? Is it worth for you to trade this? I'm going to speed the market up a little bit now. Well, maybe I'll notch it up a little bit at a time like a metronome going wrong. So I like timing. I like a nice beat to the market here. The 1 minute chart, why I'd never run tick bars ever in my life is because I don't know what fucking time it is. I like this. Every minute there's a trade. Technically speaking, or I could build a position here. I buy at the market. So I've pulled the trigger 5 fucking times over 14 minutes. I have mentorship on the 14-minute time window. Don't forget. It's 1 minute better than a 15-minute chart is the 14-minute chart. So don't ever, we know that's the holy grail. Actually a 13-minute chart really is the best because it's a Fibonacci time frame. But having 13 tick chart, dude, I used to run like, oh, this is a 55 tick bar. Look at you. What you've done is smooth out the fucking data. You've taken all the ticks on that broker's platform. You've scrunched it down, and people have so many fucking fortune cookie ways to. But what if I did this? Look at that beautiful pullback. Look at that top, bottom, and the fucking yellow cloud. But you'd have to like take profits here because there's sellers up here. This is a constant up and down. The market's not going a straight line. What can you do about it? How can you make money from this shit? I wish I could go to the other time frame right now, but I'm gonna speed it up, scrunch it up. I'll scrunch it up and speed it up, and this will distort, this will compress the data and give you a whole different feel, at least for me, and especially letting the MetaTrader define the frame. It's framing the market, so as the data marches forward, if the market really heats up, we may not be able to see the spread if it goes berserk because it'll just be screaming, and the chart will have to accommodate the new data. So you're looking out of a window into the market, and this is your template, is your view, your whatever filters you're putting on the data. Now, if you stare at the quote ticker, which is a whole different feel, you're looking at it going, okay, we're still in the 20s, like, but in my mind's eye, I've built a chart. So if I look at the quote, I have a chart idea in my mind, which is actually idealistic. Wonderfully, because I'm like, holy shit, we're down at, like, really? God damn. If I see that I know a target in mind, I'm like, we're in the 50s, we're in the 60s. I mean, this is a different feel than the chart. because the chart is pattern. There's no pattern really. It's just a number. You're like, holy shit, this thing's look at this deep dive here. Look at this plummeting. So I'm buying this plunge just because this pocket is filling back here. This is about as zoomed out as you can get. If I zoom out anymore, you can lose. It's going to get kind of messy. But buy. Now I don't know what time. It looks like this is 5 minutes after. So this is that 5-minute window. Here's the top of the hour. And if I had I should just go hunt down some indicators. It's going to give me a background of there is one called big candles or something, I think, where you have these candles. You can choose, these are 1 hour candles. You can see the minutia between. So you can do a line chart on top of a 1 hour candle. You can see the narrative or the volatility, where the wicks lay in the landscape of the 1 minute chart. So I'm long on this just by they're filling my limit grid. And I'm trying to make 20 pips. And if the spread here is 1.2, you can see I'm really only got filled on about 7 pips deep here, maybe 8, 9. Yeah, we don't have anything past this data here. But I guarantee you that this is going to be ripe for the buying, and there'll be drama here. And this will be obvious volume coming in. We don't need volume. I don't understand. I'm still befuddled by why people run volume at the bottom of the fucking screen. You can't tell there's going to be fucking drama and volume if we dip below this and make a new low. Come on, man. Now, the aggressive traders like me that go long below this floor, I'm long right now on this thing. I'm going, okay, man, let's retrace this. Let's cash out. Our first cash out's going to be here. So I guess I gave up on the cloud. I think structure is going to be the easiest thing to trade because you can know what's going to cost you, and you're about to hit target here, and you got to take something off the table, and oof, there are people cashing out. I'm thinking, and with the 1 minute chart, this kind of view, maybe click in one view here. Okay, so this is disorientating in a sense, but this is more of a. This is more realistic because this is accommodating. I scrunch it down and say, hey, you know what? We could go above here, or we could go below into this other box down here. This is the only thing that's possible now. We've established this new low, and you have to keep updating these because that low doesn't matter shit. There's a guy called this idiot out there, but all these people are making money. This so darn easy forex guy. He's like, no comments, you can't do this, and if I catch you, dude, he does shit like he puts a line in here from from 2008. He goes, look, we're back to this price. It doesn't the market cannot see, it doesn't know, it doesn't give a fuck. The only thing it gives a fuck about is current price. Are we going to take out this high, or are we going to smash into this fucking hole? That's the only fucking thing, dude. So stop it. It just kills me, man. Like, have you ever are you serious? Do you really think that the bankers are using a 20 EMA? For what? Their laundry? It's so stupid. Well, yeah, that's what they do. Yeah, every 20 days they do their laundry. Oh, man, what's it like over there? Well, institutional. We're institutional traders. Don't you understand? Listen, fucking stop it. So I'm looking to get filled on these limits. Now, they kind of just nick that wick. Oof, I think we're going to plunge. So if you did not take profits on the dead cat bounce into this floor, we didn't even make it to that floor. See, it's not perfect. It's just rinse and repeat shit, dude. This is like just all over and over again. Oh, this guy. Oh, we got a fucking buyer here. We got a seller. We got a buyer. We got a seller. If you own a coffee shop, Starbucks, how many cups of coffee are they fucking selling, dude? They're not selling $1 million cup of coffee. You're not waiting for some fucking amazing trade. Well, this one I waited for 3.5 months. You should see this thing on my algo. Come here. Come over here. I don't show it to everybody, but come here, let me show you this. This is nothing secret, dude. Everybody knows when you get to this fucking hole, it's going to go berserk. Look at it go. Now we can drill down. Look, like we're waiting for a double bottom on the 1 minute. Okay, I got you, dude. Here was your sell. Like, if you were sitting here literally babysitting, imagine no spread. Yes, this is about to become a top of the cloud. I hit that sell. I hit the sell. I hit the sell. You really hit the sell. You sat here and fuck. Okay, if you did, then that's you. You sell. But at some point, if you don't get out of this fucking trade, dude, this might just come ripping back out of the fucking hole and wipe out all your profits. You know, it's one thing to tell me where to get the fuck in, and ICT has made a fucking a career out of bullshitting people. It's amazing. It's fucking Scientology. It's so funny because I just did a search for ICT mentorship. There are douche fucks out there that have these accounts, no fucking views. The videos have been up for 3 months, no views. It's just amazing. The phrase ICT mentorship is a fucking thing with this douche. It's incredible. You can't fucking believe it. But this is what happens. On the fringe, it's like Scientology is supposed to be its own religion. And the government eventually caved and said, okay, it's a religion. We can't take it anymore. Because the only real religions are going to be like Heineken and Budweiser. You know, the only original M&M candy. Like, who's going to come out and compete with, this stuff is written in stone. So this is scalp here. So we bought this blue hole and we're out. And yes, you could have got on the trend train here. This would be the big measured move. Does it work on every time frame? Yes, but the spread's going to crush you. You buy here, it's a breakout, kind of pull back, big trend move. But then, bing, bing. So these things are just so temporary. Here's your trend trade entry. Like, are you really waiting for that entry? Are you really, topic on the bottom? Yeah, I wait for that setup. Okay, I gotcha. I'm adding to my position. We got a runner. I'm not going to fucking do that. If I don't buy on limits here because it's just so fucking, it's such an obvious structure entry. Yeah, this could keep going up. I got you, but I'm not just going to hold what I got and ride it. That's just me. I'm going to hold it and go, you know what? Yeah, it could go to, and I'm going to cash out maybe everything here. And this is going to be the point of contention. Now, this does matter. These holes still matter. This doesn't matter. This still matters. In a sense, and so does this. Now, this is the big, tall column of vacuum we formed by just going down, 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 down. Now I'm going to put buy limits in right here. And this is the top become a bottom. We can put buy limits in here. Wait for it to come back. Wait for it to plunge into my limits. This, everybody, kind of, not everybody, but a lot of people cashed out here. They're like, you know what? Actually, they cashed out here. It ricochets off the floor, comes back down again, and people are going to sell like you can't believe up here. And I could put sell limits up here, and I would be completely content. And this would be still a structure that does matter, because this is the last known support before we blew it out. But this one, this is the also still matters. But once this starts to happen, then it just erases all this. The look back does not matter. This still is the biggest issue. We have sell limits pending up here. Since this is a 1 minute chart, then we can see our way into the future. Take it up a notch. So kind of do a fast. So back into my buy limits. And look how they top tick Tommy that. So this is the, like ICT just discovered this all by himself. Yeah, the top tick Tommy theory is a real thing. This high is where you want to sell with the least amount of risk. You don't want to be ICT and wait for this. Well, confirmation, what we do here is that, and this guy's talking about one fucking ticket. Well, this is where the top becomes a bottom, so I sell here with a stop here. Why don't you just put a fucking sell limit here where you know there's, and here, you're getting long below this. Or this is your target. You just made X with a stop here. You have a 2 pip stop, and you just made, what is this, 8 pips or something. That's why the 5 pip grid up. Somebody was asking, do I buy, sell the 5? I don't know if people are trolling, but it's just a gauge of where your fucking stop is, dude. It's saying, I'm trying to make X. If this top become a bottom here, I want this to pull back here, and I know this is what it's costing me for the trade. then if I buy here like a whore, ride it to here into the seller's window with their top tick Tommy, you should know where the other guys, you should know where the exit is, because you don't make money until you get the fuck out of the trade, right? You could still be in this thing long from here going, oh man, I could have got out here. Yeah, I know, 1 minute chart, 1 minute chart. So let's take it up to hyper speed here, and I'll just back it up. So we're getting filled on the buy limits. And now I have to keep marching these guys forward. And this is a little easier because if I get filled now, that you have to update these entries. And hopefully these other ones have deleted themselves. What the fuck is that on there for? So let's play it forward here. We have to get our, for the most shallow buying, the closest to the market is this entry here where you're buying this. You should be long right now coming out of the hole here. But I have more buy limits below because I don't see, I want to get filled down here in Disneyland and the new low. Okay, there's Asia. So this is the first kind of relief. We got like a new low just before the end of the day, just before 5 p.m. And now the spreads get wide, and so these are kind of fake. The spread could be really brutal here at some floating brokers when there's spread floats here. So we'll have to take it up to, now I think new lows, right? We're going to take out that low. We want to buy below there. Okay, that's where people are scalping out. And we're going to buy the new lows here again. And this still matters here. We'll move this up. So to go max zoom out on the 1 minute chart here and try to keep track. This is going to be pretty hairy. Okay, you would have gone short there. And here you're going to, this is the last known top become a bottom. It's like hyper speed analysis. So you could have bought that. And here's the big frantic sell drama. We should see all sorts of drama up in there. We had that marked off from before, so we knew they'd be crazy. And there was a scalp. See that little, see this poke into this, and it comes back. We got a top become a bottom there. So it should be obvious. But if you run this on a laptop, so, you know, just to get used to the idea that when you glance at the chart, what is your thought? What is the trade? What should I be doing? Is there a trade? Can the market come back into this blue thing and pick me up? Pick me up into an instantly winning position, in the sense that if you look at your phone while you're getting filled on this, if this stabs down into a limit and comes back up off it, you'll be up on that trade. Now you can barely see the spread now. Got to keep updating these situations here. I need to delete the objects. Look at that nice psycho move. So heating up, I should probably do a playback of the 5 minute chart. This is too extreme, so we're going to do the 5 minute version of that. We'll just replay that whole. We got to throw this algorithm out here, otherwise, I mean this template, otherwise it's going to be nuts. Okay, so we've already taken care of that whole. Now this is 5x difference. This is an incredibly different situation, 5 minute chart, but same stuff. We can see 3 days back here, nice. As the data fills in. And what is the trade? It would be buying here, you know, buying the new lows, and here's the scalp to the floor on the 5, and we should take the same approach on the sell side. Like I said, this is your sell window, and these would change as the ATRs, looking back 5 days only. So let this fill in. This is the fastest playback. The 1 minute chart really fills in. So we got sells committed to this, and there'll be more sells in this rooftop, ledge, void, all these voids. That's my sell limits, predetermined. And now I can see opportunity to buy. As soon as we kind of trap That's that trap that we saw in the 1 minute. So I do remember that top tick Tommy, and come back to here. But we committed to buying this, and we will sell into that. So the 5 minute chart, it's more realistic because I can see we're halfway through the day, and if I highlighted the I gotta put that. This is a different broker than the other one. So that time zone, that window, where the U.S. markets and stuff, it's right around in here. Oh, getting filled here. Beautiful. So this is also, look at another top tick Tommy and a rip back. Just a little bit higher. You want to sell up there. ICT. This is what you got to do, buddy. You got to put a sell limit up here. Don't tell me about, well, what happens is it makes a higher high and then it fails and it breaks structure. Dude, you're in too late. You are a dumb fuck. You are in too late. What a dumb shit. The guy that claims that, well, here's the stop hunt. You should have your fucking limit pending there. Don't be a fucking... What the fuck? Well, he can't tell you that, right? He can't tell you that the math doesn't work because how's he going to fucking mentor you through more fucking... How is he going to lead you along and abuse you with stupid, meandering bullshit? There's the exit. So you buy this void and you cash to here. That is the wick trade. How to trade the wick. Now, I get it. This is a 1 minute chart. There's a bunch of wicks in there, but it's the idea that I'm sure on the 4 hour chart, this will end up a wick. If the market, imagine what the candlestick looks like right now. Open so far, we have a wick. We're back to the Asian prices. We're going to put buy limits below here. ICT should even understand how this works. Sell limits above here. How fucking complicated can that be? The only thing that's complicated is, well, I mean, the only thing that's the drudgery of this is, you still got to put the fucking tickets in there unless you have some assistant do it for you, and hopefully she's not ugly. But you tell somebody, listen, could you do me a favor? Like, I'm kind of busy. I'm getting drunk today, so could you put buy limits below here and there, and put sell limits above here, and just pepper some shit up here for me. And maybe and then when you look at the platform and you log on, you're like, oh, looks like we're up. Okay, I'm just going to cash out. Here's Asia now. Geez, think they take out the low of the previous day? Well, fuck yeah, they're probably going to fucking ram it down there. I'm counting on it. I'm placing tickets based on that. Yeah, I'm just going to put buy limits down here. Yeah, that's right. I mean, what the fuck? How can you just put sell limits up there? Why can't you? What the fuck's the matter with you? Well, what we do here is we're waiting for a pin bar inside of and I'm going to load the wagon on fucking 500 standard lots. Because, don't you understand, this is a Tuesday and Wednesday's coming, and I'm like, and your stop is where? I just watched the ICT video. We had 68 pip stop. Or maybe it was 6 to 8, but he said 68 pip stop. I like to go to the hourly charts because smoother day. There's the scalp. We just bought new lows. We just bought the low of the day. Do you see that? We just got filled. Oh my God, it's magic. I can't believe it happens every fucking day. Why does that every day they take out those lows? They go one tick lower. I had my stop right here, and they fucking stopped me out. Well, yeah, you would have bought that and scalped into this, but is it worth it? No, because, well, I guess you can see it's worth it on this chart because I can't see the spread. If I zoom in, it'll be scary looking. Perspective-wise, everything changes. Like if I zoom in like this, you're like, wait a minute. We don't have blue, yellow, yellow, blue. Oh shit, I don't know. Oh, right. I mean, you're losing your fucking mind at this level. That's why you have it top down, but just don't go to another fucking. Geez, please. You can see 5 days back now. Look at that. It's magical. Oh my God, we got another fill. It went lower. Oh my God. Now, people are cashing out, but if you're holding for the engulfment, where you're going to start going here and here and take out this high, and maybe you're waiting to get filled on a sell up here. The other ridiculous thing I see people doing in these videos, they go, okay, well, we're in a downtrend. We're going to sell up here. I'm like, dude, you're going to sell up there. Like, what? How much longer do you think you're going to live? I'm buying right now as this thing plunges. And as it comes back up, and I buy even more below this. That 5-minute chart. Okay, you in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you're out of that trade. Look at this little. But we're trend traders. We only sell here. I'm using Bollinger Bands, man. Shut up. God, don't you know? I took a course in this. I've been mentored. Don't I look mentored to you? Big buy. Big buy there. I mean, you see the nice thing about forex. Actually, I'd never seen a chart like this before until I got the MetaTrader, where this price is coming all the way back. So you can literally see the current price on the chart here as this is your target for buying everything below here. If you place orders down here, the deeper it goes, the bigger you get in. It's called martingale. And but you're not going to put in 500 standard lots and quadruple it every fucking time. Maybe you come in and you say a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and you just come up linear martingale. And there's fucking there's 5 kinds of martingale. So anybody that's like, well, you've ever looked into it? It's fucking, it's a whole, there's anti-martingale. The idea is you're scaling in. So this guy's like, well, I don't believe you're scaling in is proper. For what? I mean, like, we get one hooker at a time here. We can't have 8 hookers working. We can't afford it, okay? This prop firm, so this is my other prop firm I run, is if you're really appetizing young ladies are allowed to work for free. It's not human trafficking. You get a discount to the ladies. Wait, I'm trying to get this thing to come up. It's going so fast I can't get candlesticks to. Candlestick chart gives us gives us just that arrow. So here we're underwater. It's coming into the next day, and look, I just take out the low of the previous day there, and it looks like a deep dive's coming. It doesn't matter. We're underwater. Another day of swing trading where we keep buying below this, and the more it comes down, the more we just keep loading the wagon. I'm sure there's a trend trader that is selling here and here and here. Now, if you're cashing out, I got to cash out below here because it's kind of like this is the line of scrimmage. This is where everything is like, oh, what are we going to do? Are we going to retrace to here, or are we going to keep plunging? Oh, the plunge. So the guy that took the class, and he says, well, I'm a breakout trader. I don't think you understand how my system works. And this guy, there's a guy, a forex hangout guy, used to drive me nuts with this shit. And we'd watch him. This other girl, Kate, who was an ICT Carnage, we'd sit there and laugh. We'd be like, this guy would be like, as soon as the market went like down like this, he'd be like, okay, it looks like it's going down. So he'd sell like here, and he'd come back the next day and go, looks like I'm up on the trade. We'd be like, dude, like, wow, like, or he'd even sell here, and his money management system was, I think, a percentage thing. It's like some people are like, if I'm down 10% on a day, I just get out. But this has nothing to do with structure. I mean, if you're trading structure, if you say I'm down 20 pips and call it a day, okay, yeah, you don't want to blow up your account, so to speak, but shouldn't it be based on the market structure? Look at this thing collapse below. So I just love this kind of drama here. Down, down, down. I'm buying. And I know I have to cash out here. And every 5 minutes I could pull the trigger, but why bother? So I figured, why bother putting all this effort in when I figure I'm going to buy this plunge anyways? The rate that this is plunging has nothing that I don't care. And when they stop me out, they would be stopping me out of so everything from here down, I've been buying. Now they just stopped me out. I think I'm running this breakout system, actually. But I know that they are stopping me out. This is why when you martingale in, this would be the 1Ks, the 2, 3, 4, 5Ks. And as this is happening, you can still see, you could do your analysis back here, and this current price, the fact that the current price is running all the way to the left is really interesting. Now, I don't think in TradeStation, you just had current prices here running. But this look back is just amazing. This is a thread going through the whole chart. Makes it easier to imagine, well, how much, I got to put a grid on here and see how much this, but this looks like about 40, 60 pips, I don't know. I just didn't put it in this one. But that's the reason why I was losing a lot of money and making a lot of money on the euro versus the yen, because I didn't realize the euro versus the yen's moving about 2 to 3 times as much as the dollar versus the yen. And I thought, these are great trades, but when I'm wrong, I'm just getting clobbered. And because trading patterns, you know. This is before I decided to put the pip grid up to determine, well, should I be trading the euro versus yen with, and I got to cut down my size so the pattern fits the equity, so that the pattern's tuned to the percentage of your account based on the instrument, right? Because a big bass guitar is bigger strings if you play upright bass. These things are huge. It's a whole different situation. If you play a little fucking, ukulele, you know, that's different too. They never sound in tune because, you know, the scale's too short. Every time you pluck the string, it's like, it's a fucking mess. Okay, so I think I did a plunge buy like this earlier. Let's pick a different data set, and I'm going to go back. I'll just change the time. Let's go up a year. We'll start on a Thursday. I go 1 minute chart because it seems to play back faster. Now I'm just going to go pure grid. This is a 20 pip grid with 100 pips on the big handles. Somewhere in time, 1 minute chart. That's number 1 template. Okay, so template 1. 1 minute chart. I think this is as fast as I can play it back. Max zoom out. So we're just worried about pips here. Using a 1 minute chart to it's closest to a tick chart as you're probably going to get. The problem here is I don't have enough. I can only see back a little bit, but we know the previous day is low there. This will be a very fast analysis here. So imagine we're long here. Look at that wick. That must have been the news. Something. Look at that thing. Spread probably got wide there. That's 20 pips, man. And once again, the buys, I'm just going to try to be very quick in the analysis here. We're going to buy below here in this 20 pip window. And probably selling above this somewhere in time. Okay, we're short. We're kind of like freaking out a little bit until we're going to fill, I'm going to say 60 pip windows I'm going to sell into. So we're short about 20 now, and we'll sell more the higher it goes. This should be obvious. A 20 pip grid. 1 minute chart, 20 pip grid, and let's cash out of our 5 and 8 pippers. I'm forcing the trade. I mean, this is not how I would. You really couldn't trade like this, but what I'm saying is, if you get used to looking at charts like this as they're going, and you constantly, if you're going to decide yourself what the trade is as opposed to a robot or some moving average crossover that you blindly follow regardless of structure issues and volatility and vacuums and never before seen prices. So if you get a historical new price or low price, that's a thing. If crude oil takes out $140 a barrel, it'll be mind-blowing. It's not going to happen. Especially when you shut down the economy, this argument that crude's going to this and that because there's a shortage. When you shut down things, people don't need as much. So when you blow something up, that whole model and this whole supply and demand thing, and when you put shortages in place, and there's really people just stop and they go, okay. I guess that's why they call it a reset, because people, okay, look at this. We just took out the low, this triple low. That's the buy window. Look at this smash to the floor. Did you catch that? Pretty subtle. This is the bang, and then here is the new low. Bang, 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 bang against the floor, and then rip. Here's Asia's thing. Breakout, come back, buy this. Top become a bottom. But once again, buy down here for me and sell above here. It's just going to be like that. It has to be like that. I wish this would play back on the 5 minute. So I wish I had a 3 minute chart in here on the playback. This would be better. We'd be able to see the 100 pip handles now. Okay, Max, so we can see back. We got to run the 5 minute chart because we got to be able to see back. These are going to be the better trades. Set and forget it. You can buy below Asia. You bought this whole thing. It's just going to be easier. It's about as fast as I can go. So we bought that plunge, and we're going to sell. Our cash out has to be above. I wish MetaTrader would right there sell. Sell, sell, sell. Now we're going to buy below here. Okay. And now we're going to buy below here. So the market's giving us all these entries. We're going to move our sell window up. Looking into the future. Oh, it just got filled. Beautiful. Right there. So that is a classic. That we just saw that in the other playback on the 1 minute. But look at that. Now that you can see clearly that you have to get out on something once you get above here, because holy shit, it could do the same thing and come back the other way. Now, it looks like it's going to follow through. And coming into tomorrow, I can wait for the close. Now I put the sell limits above here. And the buy limits are down here now. And these structures are going to hold up for at least a couple days, and then it won't matter. So always be the buy zone, and we're short into that. We're under. Now we just cashed out of something into the structure level because we came back to here. So you see that a lot makes new high, and this becomes your turnaround point. Top become a bottom. Here comes the trend traders. They think it's going up. They're right, but I'm selling above that. And hoping that some of my tickets are designed to take 40 pips, 60 pips. This would be the big, what do they call it, upset, where people are like, oh my God, they went up here, but it looks like we still have too many buyers. Now we're selling again. It looks just like the other video that I did, but we're literally somewhere else in time doing the same anti-trend trade, reversal trading here. We just keep selling new highs, right? The 20 pip grid is there to tell you that if you sold here and you have a 20 pip target with a 10 pip stop, you made the trade. That's the whole point of the grid. It's not that the market has any respect for fucking 20 pips, okay? There is no like buy at the 20, sell at the 20, but it's telling me I could do this pattern. This pattern fits, and this new high, selling new highs, I can make money. I got 20 pip targets with 16 pip stops. I got 12 pip stops with 18 pip targets. I got a clusterfuck of tickets because it's about execution. You don't make no money unless you're a guy that does trade calls. Well, today's signal is buy this, put a stop in here, and you're selling that to people. I get that. That's a completely different thing than actually fucking trading the market. So there's the buy. You just took out the low for the scalp. You took out the low of the previous day, and you have, this is a doji day. This is a low volatility, and you are long, hoping that it hits this, and that's going to be your target. I'm talking about what I'm going to do. I know now it's not what everybody's going to do. This is what I'm just explaining, how I see the market. What trades are available that make sense? Cashing out here, buying the low here, and cashing out at the high. Yes, bookends, full auction, engulfment, tag both. For the ICT people, you stopped out this guy who's short, and you stopped out this guy as long because he put his stop down here. Okay, well, you should be getting in there. Stop with the fucking dragging out the story. We don't care. We don't know. Okay, we just went long here. Got to update my rectangles. Just bought the low the previous day. How hard is that? Now here's where you have to be careful. And we don't have the big zoom out, but we start selling above here. Katie bar the door. If this happens to look back like 10 years, look the fuck out. Now this day here is where people are like, yeah, I tried what you're doing there, but I just blew up my account. Yes, because you probably didn't, and we can't see on this chart, you probably didn't look to the left hard enough. Look harder. But once again, if you can afford to sell for the next 64 pips here, if it comes to here, you will look like a fucking genius, right? And right now, you look like a genius because you just made 20 pips from selling at the 20 to the 20. It overshot the 20. There is no fucking magic in the 20 pip grid. So I don't know if people are trolling me or they're just retarded. So I just like, wow, dude, really? So I'm talking about, the whole time the video, I'm like, we're trying to make 40 pips. We're trying to make 20 pips. You got to have a fucking number, dude. You got to have a number you're aiming at. Now it looks almost like this could be, we could come back and go below here. After selling here, and this would be your, oof, we're out. Okay, now we could just come ripping into here. It's crazy. ICT would get in here. He'd sell here. I just saw his fucking video. Well, you're waiting for another swing high, and then it breaks structure, and then you get in here. I got you. This is the dumbest fucking... Dude, we've heard about this setup a million fucking times. Just because you say it with a list doesn't make it more true. My mentorship. I'm the mentor's mentor. Dude, you're the dick's dick. You're a complete fucking idiot. Countdown to the 21st. ICT is going to release his mentorship starts. Everybody, get your pencils out. It starts at like 10 p.m. on a Friday night. There you go. What did I say? You make the call. Yes, we bought below here. Yes, we knew that'd be a high value liquidity area. Everybody knew that. Look at the top tick timing in Asia. Oh boy, here we go. Off the 100-yard line. Boy, it really respects that 100-yard line. Yeah, I know. 20, look at 40 pips off of that. Oof. Oh, it's coming into my sell window. Order blocks up here. Your top come back. Can we come back here to buy? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You still got to put the trade on, man. Anyways, I'm going to go back to my absolutely lockdown. Put myself in quarantine. Look at that top tick Tommy entry there. I keep saying top tick Tommy because it's auction theory with a crayon. Auction theory with a crayon video where the guy talks about, look at this bottom tick Bobby. Look at that. It's like bookends. Oof. Market maker theory here, buddy. Price action. Oh, look at this thing pulling back. Oh, we're going to buy below this day. Oh, is FOMC coming out? They're going to spike it down here and rip it. Oh, come on. Oh, look at that. Oh, 20 pips clean off of that. Oh, nice. Just pending orders. Just cash it in, dude. Coming down again. Looks like we're going lower. Oh, is it going lower? Is it going? Oh, they're going to take out. They're going to just break everybody's heart. I got my stop here. If they stop me out, I'm going to fuck commit suicide. Don't. Oh no. Oh, you could have bought at the 100. You know how they love that 100-yard line. Okay, you're up 20 pips into Asia. Let it rip. Rip to the floor. Okay. Right, that's trading, dude. You can't fucking call out the trade here. ICT guys, stop it with the fucking video, with the music playing, with the goddamn. Everybody's running TradeView. Is TradeView getting a kickback from these fucking morons? Look at that fucker rip. Look at that scalp off the high the previous day. Now you got to take that scalp. You got to take that. Buy limits here now. But that's nice. Actually, that could be the trade of the week. Like, takes here and then it just comes after this shit and just goes ripping. Once again, sell, 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 sell into Asia. Oh boy, I think they could take out the high the previous day here. We'd sell more. In fact, I'm going to leave this fucker running. So I'm going to take my own advice on this. I usually don't because I know better. But take a fucking laptop, dude. Run this shit in the background of your life. This is the 5 fucking minute chart. If you can't trade this on a 20 pip grid, then fucking stop trading. Even if the spread was 10, you should be able to make money on this. You'd be able to make 50 fucking pips. And I see people talking about, I don't know what their spreads are on this stuff, but the Discord, I ask people, you know, what's the trade? Oh, anything about the pound. Well, the pound's a bruiser. Now, you go to the pound. If we play this back in the pound, we're talking about running a 100 pip stop to make 300 pips on maybe a daily chart. It's fucking nuts. And if you do the pound yen, you know, the spread is like brutal coming into Asia. It's untradeable. The spread is going to determine which instruments and how much margin you need to fucking hold these positions. You could trade the Australian dollar like a pig. It barely fucking moves unless it moves, and it's fucking, you know, you can buy a bunch of shit, but the spread sucks dick. The New Zealand's the worst. The only trade when I traded all these currencies, I'd have 8 on the screen. So I'd have the wild card was the euro, the cross rate was the euro to the yen. So I kind of squared it off because there's only 7 currencies really. New Zealand, dollar CAD, New Zealand, Australia, right? And then, of course, you got Swiss. Well, broker gives you the 4, Swiss, pound, euro, yen. And then you've got the 3, the CAD, the New Zealand, the Australian. But it doesn't tile out right. So I put in a euro to the yen, typically, to square it off. Because that's a big deal. They're totally different. The other time zones are kind of, because it is time zone dependent. Look at that. They just nicked the wick here on the fucking low of the day. That was a beautiful 20 pip winner. Did you see that? Just caught that on the corner of my, look at that. It's come down. Just, you know, it just blows people's minds. Oh, they're going to break out. No, they're not. Oof. Oh, geez. Oh, they're tricking me again. God damn it. It's okay. We have sell limits up here. We're scalping. Oh, beautiful. Let's put buy limits in. Oh, look at that. Oh, FOMC. That's FOMC right there. That is it. And there's probably, we can't see too far back on this chart. But anyways, I got to go. You see what I'm saying? But look, selling above that. Oh, man. And it could be back here the next day. It could be all the way back down here. FOMC comes out, everybody loves it, and then the next day we're all the way back to here. What is that? It's so bizarre because you're like, wait a minute, I thought everybody loved that entry. But it's been there, done that. I don't know how that works, and I don't care. But I know it's possible to come all the way back to the so-called launching point when everybody got giddy here, and wow, look at that rip. Everybody's bullish. Here comes the bulls, and yeah, because it takes out the high the previous day. It's good for at least a scalp back to that. And look at this plunge. So this is my buy zone now. We're getting filled long. And we're up on that trade. We're up and out if we're just looking to make that, which we have to make that initial wick. And if we hold through the whole completion of the next candle, the next 4 hours, the next 2 minutes, next 2 days. So to make 200 pips. I made 200 pips on the euro because I bought the low on the weekly. I put a fucking video out that said I'm hog long. If you look at my hog long video, I bought that fucker and I bought it again. Every time I pulled back, I bought it and I dumped it into the floor on the fucking weekly chart. So 200 pip trade. Kept buying every dip. That was a swing trade and I posted it and there you go. Look at this beautiful coming right into my buy window. In fact, since the chart hasn't really moved dimensionally, I love this easy peasy drawing. Look at this. Well, like I said, FOMC, they loved it. Now they fucking hate it. Explain that to me fundamentally. Well, wait a minute. The news came out and everybody loved it and it went up and now look at this, right? So what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Sorry for swearing. The guy in the band, I got too excited last time and I got this guy, he owns a studio, so you gotta be polite. But he's like, fuck. I'm like, yeah, fuck. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, I thought we could say that word like, kind of like, it's good to go, that word. You can see it on cable TV now. So we're going to cash out to here. So that is a 40 pip winner by just placing a grid in here. And you could have even martingaled in here. Here's Asia. You can see the whole story. Don't have to explain this shit. I'm the explainer's explainer. I'm not the mentor's mentor. I'm just the explainer's explainer. Can you explain? Can I learn something? I let that cow so cute. Can I learn something from your videos? Fuck no. Don't even try. Stop it with the learning. Well, if you take a journal, see. Look at this robots trading. See the trailing stop that's moving? I don't know if you noticed that. This is a breakout bot that runs really good on the daily. This thing makes money. I don't know if I've never tried it with real money, but this robot makes fucking money on the 4 hour and the daily. It really kills it, especially in the Dow Jones. I get to this money management. Look at this trailing stop. It just keeps following it, even when it doesn't. Like it makes money. Look at this. We just bought the low of the previous day again. We're doing the same stupid trade again. Oh, I think they're going to take it down. Wait a minute. What happened to that FOMC with data? Was so good. Oh, well, they're gonna raise interest. Explain this one to me. The U.S. economy. And here's a fundamental why fundamentals don't work. We know already, supposedly, the U.S. government is going to raise interest rates. Well, the bond market's forcing it to happen because it's just going up in the bond market naturally. Why is the euro going up against the dollar? Because they're going to raise interest rates in Europe. Are they raising them there? Are they telegraphing they're going to raise them before us? They must be. Or are people going to wait? What's going on there? Well, we don't understand. It hasn't hit the market. Well, I ain't got time for that. Look at that beautiful to the floor and slight engulf there. To the floor and a slight attempt to take out Asia. Not so much. Not yet. We're going to buy below here now, and maybe you sold that top tick Tommy. But that's why I'm okay to buy. For me, I like to buy because it's easy. I can see it in the trade very easily. I know I'm long here, and I know where my exit's going to be. First exit, first target, and then hopefully more down movements here. Curious to see what happens each day. The trials and tribulations of market price action. Sell above here, cash out above here. Nice winner. Now this is why you don't want to take the whole position off here. You scalp something and let the rest go. Wait for the structure to complete. The pattern. So I'm not really pattern trading. I'm kind of wick trading. I'm just going to trade in the wick, like the wick of the day. thewickoftheday.com. Wicks don't lie. And these guys got the wicks don't lie stuff. Have you seen this? Have you seen that? Yeah, I've seen it all. I actually watch a lot of that stuff, but I really don't see any use in it unless you have a trade plan. You can tell me all day about MACD and I back tested it. And yeah, are you going to fucking baby? You have so much confidence. Well, I back tested it like for 500 hours. So a lot of confidence in this system. And I guess I'm back testing this, but what I'm kind of forward running it, saying this is the trade I'm going to take. I'm going to stick with it until completion. I believe that we're going to reverse. I believe the market goes up and down. Is that true? Yes. When the market goes up and down, even if you're in a trend. It's still zigzagging. It's still going up and down. And I was in this trade for fucking 3 weeks, so I know the feeling. I was in this giant swing trade. Every time it went up and down, I'm like, holy fuck. But I had a target that was way up there, and I said, well, I'm just going to buy the pullbacks now. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to add to the position. When they get to the threshold, when the sellers are coming in, since I don't want to reload this wagon because I was in so big that I would have had to repay commissions and the spread, so I said, well, I'm just going to add if it comes down. And it's just this no fun being, now look at this, the promised land for here. You bought down here, you sold above this high of the day. I don't know if you're going to hit the Asian session here, but it could hit the Asian session by the end of the day here. You'd be like, I'm flat. I tell you right now that if I bought here on this swing trade here, I bought the low the previous day, I'm fucking cashing out everything above here because I know it's seller's city up here. I'm cashing the fuck out right there. I know I'm flat. I know I'm out when we retag Asia because I haven't got time for it. And I'll put sell limits up here as soon as I free up that margin, coming back in. Very aggressive trading if you want to be, because now I put buy limits in here and buy the pullback. Maybe I'm trying to, when I see something on the chart, I'm commenting on that. So I'm jumping around. So it's tough maybe, but I'm going to just say what I think. I don't have a filter. I'm not sponsored. Oh, well, maybe by the Medical Association. Get your PDRs out. What is this you're taking again? Adderall. I'm scalping with Adderall. Okay, I'm Adderall scalper. No, I built I'm using 5 hotkey keyboards. So my tequila buddy. Let me just leave you with my tequila buddy story, because this guy and I would traded forex 10 years ago, almost 11 years ago now, at FXCM, when you could just pull the trigger at a 500 to 1 leverage. You could just pull the trigger, and it actually had a stop and a take profit built in. And so him and I decided, because we were both on the same level, I didn't have the tequila edge that he had, but he says, I said, yeah, because I'd run an idea past him. And the good thing about him is that he was a great thing to bounce ideas off of, because the only friend I might have that I could talk about the market with, because he traded the market with me. Everybody else I'd met was like, isn't that dangerous? I'm like, dude, look at you. Look at you skydiving with a fucking parachute. What are you, fucking retarded? So him and I decided that the way to really fucking execute was to have your left hand is sell, your right hand's buy, and your left foot is sell, and your right foot is buy, and or maybe a trailing stop on your right foot, so you're totally engaged, right? You have, and maybe you're biting on something, right? To close all open pendings, you bite on a trigger in your mouth. Well, maybe not, right? Depends. But or you bob your head around, and that takes you out like all open pendings. But this way, you could be totally engaged in the trade, and you'd be like very physical trader. You could be committed too, and you're all in, you know. And you're able to, you don't miss a beat. You got this, you got that. Instant execution, and very quick servers. Actually, in the United States, before Frank Dodd, fuck Dodd came out, this was it. And it was, the server was right there. It was like the 5 millisecond fill. I mean, boom. And then if, so my tequila buddy, he'd do these giant swing trades actually. And I think he ran a demo account. MT4. I had him run a demo account there, and he was making a bunch of money, but he never saw the drawdown, so he thought that, oh, look at, I got this money in the market. I said, you don't know. Well, you could have been flashing red in the middle of the night, because if you look at the chart, you can see. But this cockpit execution, we called it, where you've got, you know, all these controls, and you just hit these things, and you just do it. Anyways, I thought it was funny. You know, it's just like that we're so excited about this idea. He's a gambler too, if I mentioned. He goes to the casino, and he says really that the machine to play at the casino is the dollar machine. And so he came up on a guy that was in the dollar machine handle. So you have to put a dollar in every time you pull the lever. He came up on this guy that was older than him and more tequilized than him, and he was running two machines simultaneously. He'd load them up, he'd pull the levers, so he's putting $2 per pull, and he's making money. Like, I mean, this thing pays out. When it pays out, it's pay you like $1,000, you know, because it's a dollar machine. And yeah, that's his. So he wasn't shy about. I did have him trade micro lots though. I said you really got to be on a diet. You know, if you're gonna pull the trigger as much as you do. I'm not sure if he traded bigger than a micro lot though. I can't remember. If I asked him, he wouldn't remember. The only problem with my tequila buddy is that I remember what happened. He doesn't. I don't think he remembers, so I can't reminisce with him. That's a big problem. be like reminisce with Biden, right? Everything's a lie. Remember that time No, that wasn't you. Oh, it was popcorn. Popcorn. Popcornforex.com. Is that taken yet? I don't know what day it is.com. Some of the stuff's probably not taken. I should do a search. How much does a domain cost these days? Has that gone up? Has inflation make domain names go up? YouFuckMyWife.com's probably taken. Did you do it again? Look at this nice buy. Buying the low of the previous day. This is always a classic. Who misses that? That's market maker theory there, son. I teach that in my advanced course. Do yous now? So I suggest, this is my recommendation. And some guy was saying that I'm a demo trader. You just keep thinking that, buddy, because I prefer that profile. You call me demo trader all day long because I don't want nothing to do with your world. I don't want nothing to do with like that you're going to brag about. Look at all this money I made. Really? You're not a target now. You want to be a target. I know these guys. Dude, look at, I got my Ferrari. Look, I bought that with forex trading. Now, let me take a look at you. Now, would you deposit more than $600 to do that? Okay, let's take a look at you over here now. What did you just say you did? I mean, you got to be fucking retarded, dude. You really got to be retarded. So people, you whatever you think, I'm telling you right here. I'm telling you right here what's up structurally. Structure trading is the real thing. Or trading's the real thing. Buying and selling is the real thing. The frequency of your trading, the tightness of your stop, the size of your account, your access to the internet. You got it. Here's another big. A lot of people don't talk about this, but you're going to need an internet connection. I should have a checklist. I should have a mentorship. Okay, what you're going to need here is a brain. You're going to need some eyeballs. You're going to need a monitor. You're going to need an account. Now, this is the hardest thing, was opening accounts. And I'm not kidding. I had 30 accounts. Different 30 brokers. I was like 30 brokers. I'm like, dude, there's at that time there was 200 brokers on the planet. I can name them still to this day, dude. They still exist. I can go out there and not allowed to go use them because we got a thing here called the nanny state in 2008. Now let me just tell you guys, you young kids don't understand. 2008 is a long time ago. If you're born. I saw some, every time I go to the grocery store, it says, if you were born before yesterday, you can't buy beer. I'm like, oh, okay. If you're born like 3 weeks ago, what the fuck? You're 20 years old, you're born in 2000. You were born in 2000, dude. I was born in 1958, okay? Like, we're not in the same planet. We're not. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that, Phil. Oh, boy. Look at that. Oh, it's good. Good thing you scalped something on that, right? Oh, a scalp, right? Came in Asia. This is the order blocks. There's order blocks in Asia. See how this works? My mentorship. Oh, that was beautiful. Now, that looks like that was fucking non-farm payroll. Because this is not... Here, this would be FOMC here. So this is a non-farm payroll. Looks like we're coming into the weekend. This is Friday. There's a jobs report there. Look how they love and hate that. So you could have took the sell and the buy on that. But I'm not waiting for a moving average crossover. So this is a 5-minute chart, by the way, in case you're wondering. But this is my suggestion, dude. Run the price at run this all day long. Get used to the fact that the market's going to go where you can't fucking believe it's going to go. Like they just look at buying more down here. That is, and at the end of the 4 hours, that's going to be a pin bar. And there's going to be somebody out there that's going to say something like, and I got it, like I said, I understand. Well, after that pin bar, we've established, I'm going to put a buy stop here and a sell stop here. Let's back test that and see how that turned out. Okay, I'm with you so far. Yeah, let's see how that turned out. We're short right now. Now, if this keeps tanking, and the next day you're going to tell me with your fucking 80 pip stop, 60 pip stop on this, because this logically has to be where your stop's at. If you think this is where we broke structure, okay, dude, you gotta be fucking nuts. Put your buy limit below here, or this is your exit. If you just sold the break out of this, you got to think about selling along the way, still on the way down. Oh, looks like you're kind of like at break even there. Oh, gee, oh boy, getting clobbered, are you? Well, I sold it braked out here, broke out down there. Well, that was a great trade you did, buddy. I back tested it. It worked for 40 years. It worked, that trade. With a 100 pip stop, that trade does work, right? If you take 20 pips off the table with it, this is the other. I haven't watched Ryan Brown in a while. I got to watch him. He's the guy that was like, he's saying what I'm saying, but he's saying, well, I could put it in I can buy below here with a fucking 100 pip stop, and I can cash out to here. All these tickets I bought, I can martingale in. Yes, that's true. Until the day that this breakout becomes a real breakout and just crushes you. Okay, so before I start swearing again, I'm stopped now. Stop, please stop. Oh, look at that. Oh, buying new lows. Never fails. Never fails. Look at that. Here's your scalp. Now we're looking to take this out. And these are the ones that I'm going to. You're not going to do that. So what am I kidding? But I do really lick my chops when I see, okay, look at this. This is where we want to get in. We scalp to here, and if we could take out this, I'm willing to buy in pullbacks now to add to that. So I had to do that in the other trade. Oh, look at that. We just picked up a few more tickets there because my final target is everything above here. And if I put a sell limit grid in here, which if I'm really, I don't have to worry about this. I'm going to cash out into here. I will not sell that. I would just come in with the buy limits once again and do that. Looks like FOMC is coming out here. I don't know. I wish I had the dates, what I knew was going to happen here. So this is Friday. That was the jobs report. That's Thursday, it looks like. Let's see. We're on the 13th. Wait, no. Okay, this is either Thursday or Friday right now, the 13th. Friday the 13th. I'll never trade on that day. So yes, there's no 13th floors in most buildings in the United States. There's no 13th floor. I don't know if that's through the whole world, but I'll tell you what, right there, that's why people are fucking wearing masks today. People are wearing fucking masks because they're superstitious. They're afraid. They're scared of their fucking mind. And if you're scared of your fucking mind, do not trade the forex. Look at that trailing stop. Let's see how the robot's doing. By the way, this robot's never does well in the 5-minute chart, but I'm just curious. I think it's getting like too many signals and it's getting chopped to death and overtraded and churned. That's not doing too bad. It hasn't blown up the account. Anyways, that's all I got. I have to go back to I'm going to let this thing go. It doesn't take too much overhead on the processor. It runs in the background. It doesn't seem to slow the computer down. Well, depends if you got a 286, maybe it's a little rough. But MT4, man, play back the market. Look at that nice top bottom there. I just can't resist calling out the structure, like breakout, pull back to the breakout point, and I put a buy stop in there. You don't understand. I'm up on this trade. I know you put a sell stop in here, didn't you? You seen guy that put the sell stop down here and got trapped down? Oh yeah, I'm the same guy. I do like this 5-minute chart view. Oh, here's drama. Ooh, looks like something's going to happen here. This is Friday. This was Thursday. This must have been, I don't know what the fuck this was. Non-farm payroll. I don't understand these numbers. People get all fucking. These are fucking just a slice of distorted data that people are feasting on. These aren't even, these numbers fundamentally don't mean shit. And fundamentals worked. These are not fundamental numbers. Reality is the market, the true. There is no fucking. You cannot go to these things and say, well, and the commitment of traders. This is all bullshit. The commitment of traders is like, are you committed? Are you fucking institutionalized? Have you been institutionalized? Are you? Oh, that's true. There's sellers above here. No shit, Sherlock. Look at all the way back. Look at this total. This was the cup and handle pattern, dude. But I'm buying the fucking saucer. I'm not buying the handle for confirmation for a fucking up move. I'll leave that to ICT. He can be a confirmation trader. Wait for break of structure. Come back. Wait for a pin bar. I want to see 3 dragonflies on my 3-minute chart with a tick bar. And I prefer can I get a harmonic pattern on top of that? Just to top it off, and can I get a side of Fibonacci with anybody have a cloud? Is there a Tankanashi out there? You should have the Tankanashi salad. I want to have a forex restaurant. Can I have the Hakanashi salad with a side of Fib? The Fib sauce. You should try our Fibonacci sauce. It goes, dude, it works on everything. So the squirter's set at 618 milliliters of fluid on the. If you notice that all our condiments are calibrated with Fibonacci ratios. See? So if you're going to add some hot sauce there, if you want the ethnic vote, and you're going to carry the hot sauce Fibonacci. This is a Southern forex. This P.F. Chang made so much money. You go to P.F. Chang, they kind of have this in the Chicago airport. I don't know if that's still there. What an overrated fucking douche. I mean, this is another overrated. It's a lot of musicians are overrated too, by the way. This is the best guitarist in the world, according to who? I see guys on YouTube demoing gear that are just blowing my mind. Like, this guy's demoing a fucking stomp box, and he's fucking outplaying most people. Seriously, shredding to pieces there. All right. Anyways, as you were. That's ICT. Ready up, as you were.